Hey, what is going on, everybody? Listen, before we get started, I want to thank you all so much for tuning into another video. And if you really want to show me some love, go ahead and click the like button on this video. And it would really mean a lot to me if you were to go ahead and subscribe to this video as well. It really does help out the channel, and it helps other people that are looking to receive this information. So by liking and subscribing to this channel, you really do help this channel grow and allow other people to see this information as well. And I would also love for you to share this with one person that would benefit from this information. So with that being said, you see the title of the video, and so you pretty much know what we're going to be talking about today. All right, so today, the topic of this video is why you haven't gotten your first deal yet. Now, I was considering doing this video for a while, and for the most part, most of the videos that I do is step 1, 2, 3 on how to do these things. But I do feel like it's beneficial for you all to understand why certain things may not be working for you guys as well. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and get straight into the list. So number 1, you are not sticking to one plan. All right. Now, look, I understand going on YouTube University, you watch the people that you normally watch. You're probably watching a Max, you're probably watching, I think his name is Pandey or something like that. You're watching Kong or Kang or whatever his name. You're watching all these people, right? And you're using bits and pieces of different information. You're using the TTP people, you're using the Pace Morby people, you're using this, and you got this jumble of information. Man, you're hopping from cold calling to texting to bandit signs to Facebook ads, Instagram ads, door knocking, driving for you're jumping all over the place, and you're doing this one week, this one week, this one week. And you may look at it as, oh, well, I've been trying for 6 months and I couldn't come up with any deals, so wholesaling doesn't work. It's not that wholesaling doesn't work, is that you're not sticking with one thing long enough in order for it to work. So I'll tell you, cold calling does work. Texting does work. Driving for dollars do work. Bandit signs, it works, but you have to be consistent with what you're doing. So my thing and my advice to you all is you have to figure out who you're going to follow. Whether it's me reading my book, Wholesaling 101 Your First Steps, which I'll leave a link to that below, or you're gonna go to like Max and Nas's course, or if you're gonna go with Kong, or if you're gonna go with some of these other people, pick one and stick to it and do what's actually taught in that curriculum, right? Because the worst thing that can happen is you've been doing this for 8 months, 9 months, a year, and you get nothing out of it, and you just wasted a bunch of time because you didn't have one North Star. So pick one person, follow their curriculum, see if there's a course that you can follow, and see if there's a platform for you to ask questions as well. All right. And when you have that, that's when that person will be able to make sure you stay on that course. Okay. So that's number 1. You're not sticking to one plan. Number 2, you're scared to talk to people, right? Now, believe it or not, I am not naturally a person that just goes and speaks to everybody, right? It wasn't always like that. I actually have to force myself to speak to people. And I'll kind of tell you how bad it was, right? So I remember I used to work at a job many years ago, and I had a clothing line back in the day. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if I want to sell these t-shirts, I have to start talking to people so that they know that these shirts exist. So I would see a group of people and I'm like, whew, all right, come on, Eli, like conversation, get ready, be normal, right? And I had to pump myself up, and I would practice with different people on just having conversations, right? So whether it's something as cliche as the weather, or if you're going to comment on somebody's shoes, or you comment on somebody's hair, or there's a particular thing that's going on and you create a conversation on this thing, this is all you just getting your conversation and repetition in. And you just may not be a friendly person or whatever it is, but you got to understand with wholesaling, you're not trying to get You're not trying to make friends, right? What you're doing is you're trying to solve a problem that people have. So by you having your fear of talking to people and you not working on that, in a way, you're being selfish because there's someone that needs your help. They need you to develop your conversational skills. And because you're refusing to do that, that person's going to lose their house, or they're going to be taken advantage of by a wholesaler that is not ethical, or some of these other corporations that's going to give them such a terrible offer that they're going to lose on the end. By you learning how to develop your communication skills and you learning how to speak to people, someone's life is going to change because you were able to make that decision and say, hey, I'm going to learn how to speak to people. I'm going to learn how to have conversations, and they're going to benefit because you made that decision. So that's the number 2. You're scared to talk to people. Regardless if you're scared, somebody needs your help. Okay. Now, number 3, you don't think wholesaling is real, right? You don't think that it's possible to just get a check, 10,000, 13, 15, 20,000. You don't think it's possible, right? It's possible, right? So now that you know that, right? And maybe I'll put some pictures on here of checks, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. What you have to understand is wholesaling is real, right? Getting properties at a discounted price is real. How do you think people flip houses, right? It's a real thing. People do this every day, multiple times a day. Like this is a real thing, and you have to get out of your head and understand that, hey, this is a real thing, and I need to be a part of this because I want to help change somebody's life. Okay. Next up, number 4, you are scared to invest in your education. Okay. So it kind of goes back to, there's some courses out there that's a few $1,000s, some that's a few hundred. There's some books that's like $20, $30 or whatever it is. Pick which one you're going to go to and go that route. It's great to get free information. That'll get you started, right? But when you get something that's already packaged up, right? Like, again, like my ebook, it comes with contracts. It tells you what wholesaling is. It tells you how to get your first deal, and it has a support group to help you get your first deal. That's a package. And I'm sure, some of these other courses like the Max and Nas course or some of these other things, they have their support systems and they have the course and they show you how to actually get your first deal and they walk you through it. I don't want you to be afraid of investing in this. And I understand you're like, oh, but I'm broke, I don't have money. It's like, listen, if you want something bad enough, you'll figure it out, right? Whether it's you going to donate plasma a couple times, like, all right, now you're in that $50 range. All right, now 2 plasma donations will get you your start, okay, to learning how to wholesale, and it give you the tools to make that first $10,000 check, okay? Those few $100 courses, you may have to cut somebody's grass, right? You may have to look around at like, okay, maybe I don't need these shoes. Maybe I don't need this PlayStation. Maybe I don't need maybe I could start selling some stuff to get a few $100 and then invest in that course. And then later on, you can get a better TV. You can get a better watch. You can get a better whatever, right? But you have to be able to do those upfront sacrifices, okay, so that you can invest in your education. And once you invest in your education, I'm telling you, once I start investing in my education, the world changed for me, okay? So do not be afraid to invest in your education, whether it's a course, whether it's a book, whatever it is. It's great to get free information, but I would say that the free information is more so of supplements, but you got to get that hardcore substance, which is those courses that's molded to help you get a specific goal. All right, so that's number 4. Number 5, the reason why you probably haven't gotten your first deal is because you don't have a why, right? Now, your why is what's going to get you through those hard times, those obstacles. Whenever you get cussed out, because you get cussed out every day, all right? You got to imagine you're cold calling people, you're texting people, and you're asking them if they want to sell their house. They didn't have an appointment with you. They don't know who you are. You're going to get cussed out multiple times every single day. If you don't have a why, after you get one FU, you'll be like, I think I'm good, right? You'll stop. You don't want to get cussed out anymore. You don't want to touch this anymore. And it's like, well, if this is what it's going to take, I don't want to be disrespected. Listen, people are brave on the phone. People are brave through text. People will say whatever they want to, but listen, don't take it personal. They're just having a bad day. You're person number 20 that called them today. They're not happy about it. But there's one person that whenever you call and you say, hey, I was calling to see if you had any interest in selling your home. Oh my gosh, yes, this is a miracle. I was just sitting here and somebody called me out of nowhere to help me with my problem. That's what you're looking for. And that's why you need to keep calling, keep texting, keep doing what your marketing strategy is so that you can help these people that are in need. All right, so I'll run through the list again real quick. It is one, you're not sticking to one plan. Number two, you're scared to talk to people. Number three, you don't think wholesaling is real. Number four, you're scared to invest in your education. And number five, you don't have a why. So with that being said, go ahead, rewatch this video, send it to someone, okay, so that they're able to get this information. And go ahead and scroll through the links below. I have a lot of great resources at the bottom of this. And thank y'all so much for watching another video. And I'll see you on the next one. Can't wait for y'all to get y'all first deal.